Alright guys, welcome to the channel again. I'm here again with some very instructive rapid chess games. I'll be playing against players around my rating points and I'll be explaining my thought process as best as I can. The games are going to be very instructive and also very entertaining. And without further ado, let's get the game started. Okay, we are playing a 2355 rated player. If I'm able to beat this guy up, it will be my highest ever win. Let's see what my opponent is going to play here. Okay, opponent is going with the English opening. Okay, I feel like striking this way. Let's strike here. Let's lock in. This is a game I like to win. Let's hold on to this pawn. A move like this also comes to mind. So maybe opponent plays a move like this. Not too familiar with the English opening. Okay, a move like this also very reasonable. A move like this comes to mind, just trying to keep it solid like this, and then a move like this. Okay. How do I strike forward now? I'm thinking of pushing pawn forward here. I see my opponent is probably preparing a move like this. So if let's say I develop my bishop here, opponent can meet my bishop this way, and after the trade, I'll have to move the bishop again. So I'm thinking of maybe playing a move like this with ideas of sacrificing here if I have to. And I'm also looking at just playing a move like this to open up this bishop. So let's start with this move. I'm just following opening principle here. Because the English opening is not... Oops, that might be a mistake. Or is it? If I go here, opponent has this move. Doesn't. Opponent doesn't. But if I go here, when opponent plays a move like this, or maybe a move like this, we need to start watching out for some of those tricks. Okay, so opponent is attacking that. What if I just attack forward here? I really like to play a move like this. Let's see how my opponent responds to it. A move like this. If opponent captures here, I have no... But if opponent plays a move like this, do I have an issue capturing here? Maybe. Opponent wants to get the bishop pair here, but I was actually planning to sacrifice here. What if I go for a move like this? I think then opponent can play moves like this, Okay, it doesn't really trap my bishop, but I don't think I really want to lock that bishop behind here. But I'm looking at playing a move like this. If opponent captures here, I capture here, and a move like this comes to mind. And it's also making it kind of difficult for my opponent to push his pawn forward. But let's say we play a move like this and my opponent hop forward here. If I capture here, my opponent is likely not going to capture here. They're likely going to capture here. But let's go here first. Let's see how my opponent responds to this. If opponent decides to capture here, okay, opponent captures there. If I ignore and capture here, opponent captures here. I'm not going to ignore. Let's play a move like this. If I play a move like this, might be I'm asking for trouble, guys. Because opponent has this move. So instead, I think I'm going to castle here first. Okay, maybe a move like this now happens. Yes, let's go back here. If my opponent is going to trade, be my guess. Do I capture this way or this way? Yes, I think I'm going to capture this way. I have intentions of pushing this pawn forward, just having a very solid pawn chain towards my opponent's king side. If opponent decides to castle there. So let's go here. I see my opponent playing a move like this. And okay, opponent doesn't. So let's do this. I have this solid pawn chain, but now my light square bishop is not my best bishop. This is also a weakness here. And a move like this comes to mind, except my opponent can just capture here. And after I recapture, capture here, they can't really do that. They can't do that because their rook is hanging. And so that's not a move they can play. So I think I like to play a move like this. Just try to gain a tempo on the queen. Maybe opponent plays a move like this. I'm just going to capture there. My light square bishop is not one of my strongest bishop here. So that's not a bishop would not trade. That's a bishop I'm happy to trade. A move like this comes to mind, saying if I capture here, they have removed the defender of this. And if I capture their queen, they capture here. And if I capture here, they are up material, but it doesn't work. Because the moment opponent captures here, I can capture here. Their queen is under attack and they have to move the queen. If they decide to go capture here, well, the rook is no longer defended. And I can just go grab the rook. Okay, so if my opponent... Okay, I wanted to see if my opponent plays a move like that. I just grab a queen. Give me the evil queen. Give me the evil queen. So let's see how my opponent responds to this. Opponent is thinking a move like this. Maybe opponent doesn't really want to play. If opponent plays that move, am I not just going to capture here? I think I'm just going to capture there. So a move like this, I do not see my opponent playing. Opponent doesn't want to move the queen and give me the free tempo. Maybe, but Opponent doesn't want to move the queen and give me a free tempo. Moving the queen here comes to mind with ideas of probably removing this and trying to capture here, but it still doesn't work because after I capture here, this rook will still be under attack. So let's see how my opponent handles this. An opponent decides to move away, and now I'm looking on just playing a move like this, just trying to hold on to my pawns this way. A move like this, I think my opponent can play a move like this, gain a tempo on my rook, so I'm not looking at playing such a move. And the opponent is also threatening to capture here. Capture here doesn't really work. A move like this is what I'm looking at, just trying to connect my rooks. And if opponent captures here, I can capture here. I think I prefer this move, so let's go here. Okay. Do I worry about my opponent playing a move like this? I think connecting my rooks should be a priority here. So let's connect those rooks. But let's look on this move. A move like this, if I kick them away, they have this move. A move like this, and if I play a move like this, opponent can capture the queen. A move like this, maybe I just strike here. Okay, I'm not too worried about this move. And a move like this, I can just play a move like this, except my opponent is likely going to play something like this and not let me push this pawn forward. Capturing here now, I'm just going to capture here. This bishop is a sniper bishop, and if my opponent trades the bishop for this knight, I have no issues with that. That's a very strong bishop right there, pointing towards my king. Pointing towards my king side. And okay, I think if my opponent allows me, I'm likely going to play a move like the reason I'm not looking at playing this move now is that my opponent the reason I'm not looking at playing that move earlier is that my opponent can play a move like this and just gain a tempo on the rook. I have to move the rook somewhere again. But now if I play this move, opponent doesn't really have this move now, and I can support my pawn, maybe push pawn forward, try to open the center if my opponent doesn't want to castle. Okay, opponent is playing that, makes sense. It makes sense. Just trying to, wow. That's looking nice. I'm looking at playing a move like this. For now, it doesn't work, but I think I can play a move like this. I think I can proceed with a move like this. With same idea of just going double push. But maybe then my opponent is going to play this move. Position is looking quite interesting. What if I reroute this knight somewhere here? I like to reroute the knight. This my rook is not really doing much. Let's bring the rook over here. I'm looking at pushing pawn forward. So maybe my opponent is going to play a move like this. Maybe I should have considered that. A pawn sacrifice here comes to mind, saying if you capture here, you have 2 double weak pawns. Okay, is this going to be an isolated pawn? I'm looking at not capturing there. But if I am not capturing there, what am I playing? If I capture here, opponent has this move. I'm looking at just attacking this piece already. This pawn looks like a pawn that is going to be weak. But I think my opponent can easily hold on to the pawn. And this is my pawn. I think I can hold on to those pawns like this. Okay, I'm not sure how my opponent play this move. How do I keep the queens on the board? Keeping the queens on the board just gives my opponent the initiative. I'm not sure I want that, so I'm going to capture here. And after the trade, I go back here. I'm also looking at just attacking this piece. Okay, opponent is thinking whether to capture or not. Please don't capture. If you are not going to recapture, leave my queen alone so I can move the queen somewhere else. Let's go here. I'm looking on playing a move like this and putting pressure here. Wow, that's nice. That is really nice. That move just stops me from putting pressure where I would like to put pressure. So how do I attack this pawn now? Because I want to attack this pawn. I'm not seeing a clear way to do that. Opponent was actually attacking this piece, attacking my pawn. I can't afford to lose that pawn. I would like to go attack this pawn. So a move like this now comes to mind as well, with ideas of just doubling up here and landing a check here. So maybe my position is not too sad, just maybe. A move like this is a free pawn. Okay. From the looks of things, my opponent might not castle. Let's say I go here and opponent push pawn forward 2 times. Let's say I go here, opponent push pawn forward 2 times, and then I go here. Pushing pawn, I think I'm just going to reroute my knight somewhere. Although I have to watch out. A move like this comes to mind, just trying to support this pawn, because this pawn might become a target. And playing a move like this, I think it just gives my opponent a free tempo here. Okay, I'm also running low on time. Let's try to move fast. Let me support this pawn. My bishop is not a very happy bishop. That's not a very happy bishop. I wish I can attack this now. I'm not seeing a clear way to attack it. Okay, opponent might be interested in castling now. I'll have to have my knight here. And how do I get my knight there? Okay, I think it's high time I start rerouting my knight. Problem is the moment I play a move like this, maybe opponent has this move. And if I go here, doubling up my pawns that way might not be something I'm very interested in. So how do we proceed here? Also, a move like this, opponent's bishop are just dominating my pieces. The bishops are dominating my pieces. Oh my goodness. If I go here now, maybe opponent attacks me. Let's go here. I'm looking at doubling up. I'm looking at just doubling up here. So let's see how my opponent approach this. One good thing for me is that I have control of the only open file. But one sad thing here is that my opponent has like 2-minute time advantage. My goodness. I want to play a move like that. Doesn't really make sense. Let's just go back here. Now my opponent can play a move like this. Just support this. My rooks, I have the only open file, except I'm not really doing much with the only open file on the board. Except I'm not really doing much with that only open file. Maybe I should have played a move like this so that my knight can come here. I want to make my moves fast. I'm not seeing a clear target. I'm not seeing a clear way to attack my opponent's weaknesses. This is a weakness here. And I'm not seeing a very clear target, clear way to attack it. I would like to maybe move my knight here. Let's go here. Opponent might offer a trade. Opponent might also play a move like this just to harass my piece. I'm looking on playing a move like this and trying to reroute this way. If opponent captures here, I think I'm happy to capture and probably push pawn forward. So capturing here is something I would like to see. If I push pawn forward here, that will be a free knight. So we can't do that. A move like this and a move like this is what my next plan. So that's what I want to play. I won't be surprised if my opponent tries to hit me with this move. Except the move doesn't really do much. I'm just going to go here. Ask the evil bishop to go away. And once the bishop moves away, I proceed with some other plan. I feel like going here now. Oops. I thought I was attacking this. Not really. Let's keep that defended. But then my opponent could play a move like this. Oh my goodness. And put more pressure here. I see my opponent's plan. Opponent wants to play a move like this. I'm looking on just going here next. If opponent plays a move like this, we have this move and we are just picking, we are just going to gain a rook. We are winning a rook. And I need to make my moves. I need to make those moves fast so that I don't end up losing on time. Oopsies. What did my opponent calculate here? Bro, what did you just calculate? Let's say I capture here. Opponent is giving me something to calculate. Let's say I capture here. Opponent captures here. I go behind the pawn. Opponent can play a move like this. What if I go in front of the pawn? If I capture here, opponent captures here. I go in front of the pawn. Let's capture. Oh, I'm running low on time. Let's say I go here now. I'm trying to attack the pawn. I see my opponent defending it this way. I'm looking at going behind the pawn. My goodness me. Wow. Wow. My pieces are going to be tied down. So is my opponent's pieces. Oh my goodness me. Oh, opponent can go grab this pawn. I'm looking at defending this way then. Well, I would like to scream. The position is completely winning for me. I think opponent has a decent compensation for their trouble. Opponent can even go here. Oh, I'm looking at just sacking the piece back. Let's go here. Opponent can capture here. I'm looking at playing a move like this. Just trying to kick this evil piece away. But opponent can capture. Okay, then I capture here. The position is completely not okay. Position is not okay, guys. Let's go here. If opponent captures here, I capture here. And I'm also looking at just playing a move like this. But then opponent might have a move like this. Oh my goodness me. Wow. Guys, I'm running low on time. Trading down does not win anything for me. Let's play a move like this, okay? I have less than a minute on the clock. Material is equal. Sacrificing here is just going to leave my opponent with 2 pawns. 2 extra pawn. That might be decisive. It should be decisive, not might. That should be decisive. I feel like sacking here at some point, and looks like that's what I'm going to do. Let's sack there. Let's give back the material. It's trying to say my king is much more active and I should have something. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Tried my best. At least I did not lose in 5 moves, I guess. Oh my goodness me. Am I winning? Am I winning? The answer might be no. The answer might be full big no. Oh, I'm also running low on time. Guys, I tried my best here. Tried my best. Just wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough. Tried my best against this guy. Just was not enough. And at the end of the day, the position might not be lost. Position might just not be lost. But it is over, guys. It is over. I'm running low on time. I tried my best. This would, if I had won this game, it would have been my highest rated win ever. It would have been my highest rated win ever if I had won. Position looks very equal, guys, if you ask me. That is GG's. Let's quickly take a look at that game. Wow, my opponent played with 82% accuracy and I played with 81.0% accuracy. At the end of the game, position was, I think, still better for my opponent. I thought it was still equal. Opponent went for the English opening and somehow I played played some of the best moves. Okay, I should have captured with my queen here. The English opening is not something I face a lot of time. Guess I need to start learning something on the English opening as well. And that was the best move for my opponent. Okay. And wait, was going back here the best move? Yes, I was also thinking of just going here, but I realized this is a weakness. My opponent going for this sacrifice was just amazing. I think that should be a blunder, but maybe not. Since the position was still okay. Okay, yes, it's not. It's a mistake. Okay, it's a mistake, but my opponent's position is still better. And even though I found all of the best move, the position is equal. Position is equal. Position is equal here, just not easy for me to play. I think by giving up the rook, giving up the rook is better. But then I play a move like this, and when I give up the rook, it was still okay, but my opponent's position is better now. I have the king activity, but there's just no easy way for me to break through. Look at my pawn chain. Look at my pawn structure. That's 4 pawn island. That's not doing me any good. And after all of this trade, I thought I would be winning, but not really. Not really. Not really. The position is just winning for my opponent. Okay, now it is completely equal. Okay, I think I made a mistake here. I should have just pushed my pawn forward. Yes, push my pawn forward. Well, I was running out of time and I already knew I was getting flagged. And that is GG's. Let's get another game rolling. Okay, the account looks good. What is opponent playing? Opponent is playing the Polish opening at the 2200 level. Guys playing some goofy opening. But how do you deal with goofy opening? By respecting it and just playing, following opening principle. Because at the end of the day, it's not like you're going to checkmate your opponent in 5 moves because they played some goofy opening. So let's keep it this way. Let's proceed with developing pieces. A move like this I would like to play. Move like, oh my goodness, I just mouse slipped. All right, let's go here. I'm looking at putting my bishop here. So that should not be bad. Let's put the bishop here. Opponent has to be careful. Okay, I see my opponent playing a move like this first, because playing something else is inviting trouble. Let's go here. All right, let's start going crazy on the king side. Maybe that misclick is just a blessing in disguise now, I guess. Just maybe the misclick is a blessing in disguise. Capturing here and then hopping in here comes to mind, except it doesn't do anything. Let's play a move like this, just keeping it rock solid. A move like this comes to mind, except my king is sitting here, so I have to be very careful what I'm doing. Also, a move like this comes to mind, but that might be a pawn, so maybe I capture here first. Okay, opponent is playing this, so I'm going to do this instead. And then I'm looking at just capturing here, and we have an open file on this part of the board. So what else can we do here? I feel like capturing here, and after the trade, going here, but except we do not really have anything much going on for us there. So what can we do here? What can we do? I would be capturing here at the best time, but I think this might be the best time. Let's capture here. Let's capture there. What if opponent captures with the knight? I guess I did not consider that. That's a move. That is definitely a move. So let's go here. Let's go back here. A move like this comes to mind. Pushing pawn forward here. I'm going to capture here, and I can swing my rook over here. One good thing for my opponent now is that this rook cannot easily join the game. That is one good thing for my opponent. Capturing here comes to mind. That's a sacrifice that doesn't really do much. So let's not sacrifice there. Also, a move like this would have been a very good move. So I see why my opponent played that move. So now I'm looking on playing a move like this. A move like this and trying to go in here, except I am not seeing a clear way. Start winning pieces or winning any material. So let's play a move like this. If my opponent push pawn forward here, that is music to my ears. And if my opponent plays this move, I feel like not responding to it. Opponent is likely going to capture once and then play something else. Okay, oops, I wanted to play a move like this. That is bad. Opponent is likely going to capture with the queen. A move like this doesn't really do much for me. I want to find a way to bring this rook into the game. Very important. This is very important we bring the rook into the game. A move like this, just giving my opponent the bishop, I guess. If I capture here, opponent is going to capture here. And while I would love to play a move like this, that's just not doing anything for me. So let's go here. Let's see how my opponent responds to this. If my opponent captures here, I'm just going to capture this way. Maybe put the bishop here finally. If I can trade this bishop for this bishop, that's a trade I will be happy to go for. That bishop is a very good defender of my opponent's king. I want to bring the other rook into the game. Just no easy way to do it. Just no easy way to do it. Let's go here. Opponent can capture here, open up this file towards my king. So that might be a move. So let's say opponent approach this. I have to watch out for this, guys. That will be a fork. Although for now it's not working. We have to really watch out for that fork. And I'm watching out. A move like this just walks into this move. It doesn't really work. A move like that doesn't work. This fork we need to pay attention to. Going here comes to mind. Asking my opponent to capture here. Except my opponent can capture here. But if they capture here, maybe we land a check here. The problem here is my rook is not contributing. So let's say we go here now. Opponent captures here. I can go capture here. And maybe not too bad. So what if I even go here? Just put pressure here. Just continue to put pressure on this pawn. I think I like that. Just continue to put pressure on this pawn. Opponent has like 2 minute time advantage. The moment my opponent plays a move like this to defend this way, I guess I can capture here if I wish. And after the trade, capture something here. And I should be fine. But maybe opponent can capture the bishop, and we need to watch out for this. So after a move like this, I think I can just ignore and play a move like this. Capturing here doesn't really do me any work, any favor, because opponent can capture here and this pawn becomes a target. So let's say our opponent approach this. I think if my opponent plays a move like this, okay, opponent is approaching it this way. Can't we just capture here and get ourselves a pawn like this? Mop a pawn like this. A move like this comes to mind. Opponent land this fork. Opponent just land that fork and I have nothing. A move like this does absolutely nothing for me. A move like this also doesn't seem to be doing much. Okay, I think I have a move like this. Opponent captures here, we can capture here. What if opponent pin me? So maybe we should capture here. So we have a move like this. We have to watch out for our back rank as well. Back rank is not too healthy. So I'm looking on playing a move like this. If opponent captures with a queen, I just capture here and that's a pawn. So I think I'm going to play a move like this. As a nice sacrifice. Nice pawn sacrifice. Problem is this pawn chain, very evil pawn chain. Do not like it. Guess I played that too fast. I guess. A move like this comes to mind. I think I can get away with playing a move like this. I can even land a check here first, then just capture this pawn. So a move like that does absolutely nothing for my opponent. Opponent might be interested in grabbing this pawn. That might be interesting. That might be an interesting move. That might be an interesting move to play. But I think I can capture a pawn here. Told you guys, that's an interesting move to play. And capture here. I have a check here. And I can capture this. Okay, not really. Opponent has this move and my pieces are under attack. Let's just keep our back rank secure this way. I really love to land a check here, but my opponent has this evil move. Not a move I really appreciate. I'm looking on playing a move like this next. My other rook is not contributing. That is the only sad thing in my position. That is the only sad thing in my position. My other rook is not contributing to the game. So it feels like I'm playing down a piece. I wish I could just slide this rook over here magically. This would be completely winning for me. Completely winning. A check here I would like to play, but my opponent has this move. A move like this I'm already looking at. That's a move I'm looking at. So let's see how my opponent handles this. What if my opponent plays a move like this? And then I play a move like this? Okay, it doesn't really work. I should not do that, I guess. I think I want to go here. Trade queens, but I'm the one attacking. Why am I trading queens? Okay, I think I like to play a move like this. For one, I'm attacking this, and then I'm threatening to play a move like this. So let's play a move like this instead. I think my opponent can attack me again. Let's see if my opponent attacks me again. I think if my opponent attacks me again, then I can just go all the way back. Yes. If my opponent doesn't attack me, this is going to be... Okay, I wanted to say decisive. Not really. I'm also threatening to grab a pawn here. A move like this looks like a move that should lose. Except when I play a move like this, opponent has a move like this. Opponent can even go back here. It doesn't really lose. Not as much as I would like it to lose. It doesn't lose. Doesn't lose immediately. Opponent can easily block my queen this way. I'm threatening to grab this pawn, but I'm not really interested in going pawn hunting. But at the end of the day, pawn is just going to be a pawn. Pawn is going to be a pawn. A move like this is what I'm interested in. I'm trying to see if I can generate some attack on my opponent's king. That's what I'm looking at. But with the rook here, opponent can easily just move the queen back here. If the rook was seated somewhere else, a move like this might be decisive because I am assuming my opponent would have moved the bishop somewhere, and a move like that is just going to be threatening the queen while also threatening checkmate. Although my opponent has this move and maybe they are chilling, but I'm already looking on playing a move like this, just mount more pressure. But opponent has a lot of stuff. Opponent can get away easily. Opponent can easily get away. Let's go here. I think I like this. We are pinning this. A move like this doesn't work now because opponent's queen is looking at that square, and opponent captures there and it comes with a check. I really wish I can magically move my rook somehow in the game. Maybe a move like this should be good now. I think a move like this should not be too bad. Opponent cannot capture here. That is begging for trouble. That right there would be begging for trouble. A move like this comes to mind. Doesn't really do much for me. A move like this, I think I like. Trying to activate my rook somehow. Let's activate the rook. The rook has not been activated. Rook has been chilling all day long. So what if my opponent plays a move like this? Can't I just capture here with check and then capture here? And what if my opponent plays that move? Can't I just capture here or just capture here? Oopsies, opponent is threatening to go here. Opponent is threatening to go there. If we play a move like this, don't we have that? I think we have that. I think we can sack capture here. If opponent captures here, then I can capture here with check. So we can capture here. And if opponent captures my queen, I capture their queen. And if they capture my rook, I capture here. I have two minor pieces for the rook. And that should be decisive. That should be decisive. I have a pawn, two minor pieces. That should be decisive. That should be decisive. Let's go here. What if my opponent, okay. I wanted to say, what if my opponent plays some moves like this? I'm not buying it. Opponent doesn't have any check on my back rank. I already make sure of that. Okay. Blocking this way loses because that's a, oh, for a moment I thought that was a rook. A check here. Where's my opponent going? A check here. Where are you going? I'm looking at landing a check here. Where's the king going to go? Where's the king going? If the king goes here, oh, I thought I have a check here. I don't. Is my queen trapped? Have I successfully trapped my queen? Oh my goodness. Did I just trap my queen? Okay, thank goodness I have this square. For a moment, I thought I just successfully trapped my queen. I'm running low on time. A check here. I don't have any other useful check. So a move like this is what I'm leaning towards. A check here. I think I have a move like this. Wow. I to land a check here, but the queen just captures. I have a check here. I'm looking at trading the queens if I can. But I think it makes the position easier for my opponent. Okay, now my opponent is losing their queen. Opponent is losing the queen. Okay, give me the queen for free. Who am I to say no to that? My opponent says I was lucky. I agree. I was lucky, but I'll take my win. I would take my win. Wow, I played with 81.2% accuracy. Opponent played with 72.2, and I had a brilliant move. Let's quickly take a look at this game. And there was some miss-win from my opponent. There were some miss-win from my opponent. So from the opening phase of the game, opponent went for a garbage opening. And I mouse slipped here. Opponent went for a garbage opening, gave up all the opening advantage that comes with white, but we can call it a garbage opening. However, it's not an opening you face very often. So because you do not face the opening very often, I have to be very careful. Okay, the engine wanted me to play a move like this just to freeze the pawn structure on this part of the board. And I just did not even consider that move. Okay, capturing there. Okay, when I decided to capture there, it was okay. And I played this move. Look at this move. Sliding the queen over here, such a beautiful move. And the idea behind this move is simple. If my opponent plays a move like this, that's a pawn that is hanging. I can go grab the pawn this way and I'm chilling. I'm really looking at grabbing the pawn this way, because if I capture the pawn this way, it comes with the threat of playing a move like this. But then my opponent might play a move like this. Okay, the engine doesn't really buy that move. The engine doesn't really buy that move. I'm looking at this piece being hanging. Okay, if my opponent plays a move like this, I can play a move like this. My piece is no longer hanging and I should just be fine. Okay, none of that happened in the game. So none of that happened in the game. Opponent just sacks here, and just like that, I'm up a pawn. And that pawn sacrifice, not really a pawn sacrifice because I'm getting the pawn back. It was the best move. Engine wanted me to capture with the knight, and it makes sense. It comes with this idea. Problem, the reason I did not want to capture there is because I was kind of scared of this pin. I don't want my opponent pinning the knight to my queen, but maybe I have moves like this. I don't know. So I did not want to walk into some nasty pin. And then after I play a move like this, the engine is frowning. Not the best move. The engine wanted me to trade the queens, but I did not want to trade the queens because I believe my opponent's king is so weak. So why am I trading queens? So that's a blunder. That's a blunder. Oh, opponent had to push this pawn forward. Okay. Opponent did not find that move. And after this trade, I should have just captured here. Yes, it makes sense. Now that I'm looking at it, it makes sense. If I should have captured here, and if my opponent tries to capture here, oopsies, that is checkmate. So opponent cannot really capture there. Right now, yes, look at that. That's a brilliant move. And then this sacrifice. For a moment I thought I trapped my queen, but no, position was okay for me. And at this point in time, I was just trying to simplify the position because I knew I was down material. I was down on the clock. I knew I was down on the clock. I was just trying to not get flagged. And after I checked like this, opponent, I was expecting my opponent to capture here. Opponent did not capture here, and we had checkmate in 3. If we had found this move, it would have been checkmate in 3. I guess yes. Oops. I did not even think about that, and that is GG's.